damn see.
So that if you are the come, he go come me my day. They will save you.
So you be the bulletproof. Testing officer one.
Swear.
Logic. Morning.
Andy, good morning.
I'll be
Fine. But why say Ashanti men love back like that?
Oh,
men especially.
but gunmen love big things. But gunmen they don't love slim
but
things.
something me say
how can you be eating kenke and be liking
the
slim
back,
things?
the back, mostly it lies back.
But what
how do you make use of something that is?
No, you see, we like big things. Big cars,
it motivates.
Big cars, big houses,
everything big. Baby,
But
actually, now, this guy was saying, Kabwa, about post your.
You were listening, yeah?
I'm not.
He won't be comfortable with it.
See, sure. That make people don't push that agenda because posting. Me tell me proposal now. IG Facebook can't propose that no. I didn't propose with IG.
No, but have you ever posted your
my partner?
Oh, I like that word, my partner.
Yeah, partner.
This guy would never say.
Yeah, partner.
You already killed your wife for years.
You have to be careful how you go.
You shoot them already.
Partner. I've got partner.
Yeah.
I've never done that yet. But
why? You go supermarket.
Me, I'm a multiple man. Yeah, I'm a multiple man, and when you're a multiple permit holder. When you have multiple permits.
Or we will say, in other words, King Solomon is our role model. In other words, King Solomon is our role model.
King Solomon is your role model.
Yeah, he's my role model. He is fine.
So you are wise.
Andy, this argument you guys were pushing this morning is very, very, very valid. I think the women should allow men to be able to reproduce, because without them we cannot procreate. They should allow us to.
But nothing stops you from. Nothing stops you from doing it.
No, but the women will not understand. They will fight you. Now, who is calling you? Who is this? And I don't like that.
Why don't you legalize it?
Create the word like that. You say.
Why don't you legalize it? Get a wife. Don't go for concubines. She doesn't want any competitor.
Traditionally, it's allowed. It's the Western system. It's the Western system that is forbidding us from having.
What logic is trying to
reproduce?
say?
No. See, reproduction. A man who has about 5-6 kids with one woman. You want to kill the woman. I think about 5-7 kids.
And the talks don't give you. What logic they try talk be say in the Bible? Solomon's first wife never came arguing that.
Never. None of them. Even the 10th, the 11th. And Solomon was God's beloved son with all the women he had. God's beloved son with all the women he had. So who says that having multiple lovers is a sin? Yes.
We'll discuss that. This
and it's very interesting.
It's a very interesting topic. How many women must a man marry? And it depends on your pocket too.
One woman, 3 kids. The next woman, 3 kids. You cannot load one woman with about 5 children, 7 children.
No, but let's get
you. If you have about 3 wives, you are so relaxed and free because
you know what logic is trying to dodge.
Okay, hold on, guys.
I'll show you what he's trying to dodge.
We'll get into that very soon. Please hold on. Let's get to our first story now. Bleeding States. Keche Joshua claims his partner Keche Andrew has sidelined him after he got married to their boss. Have you heard this? It seems all is not well in the camp of music group Keche. According to entertainment critic and media personality Efia Papebi, Keche Joshua recently disclosed that he has been sidelined by his partner in music, Keche Andrew, after he recently tied the knot with their boss and owner of Golden Empire Legacy Entertainment, Joanna Jan. Now, if you're being an interview on Nita FM's Entertainment Review show hosted by Ola Michael on Monday morning, also claimed that Keche Joshua has stated that mostly Keche Andrew and his wife, Joanna Jan, will be behind closed doors and discuss issues that bother on their group. Now, let's speak with Keche Joshua. My brother, good morning and thank you very much for joining us. How are we?
Good morning, Adosti. Good morning to your listeners.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, I'm good.
Still, I get on your body rough and now, sister.
She said it was his son.
Okay, brother. Is everything okay in a group, Keche?
Everything is okay. Everything is fine with Keche.
But if everything is fine, why do you complain that you have been sidelined in the group by your partner and his wife?
I've never complained. I've never said this to anyone. I've never said this anywhere. And it was 2 days ago, was it yesterday or so? I think we were together when we saw people start sending us messages. Me and Andrew, we were eating together, and people start sending us messages. I'm like, Andrew, look at this one. And they said, Ola Michael show on Hitz FM, like, the girl, somebody share something, was like, challenge, they talk like, me, I tell them, like, you get some evidence somewhere. So, seriously, my boss pays. My boss want make the arrest and make it show where she heard all that. So, me, myself, I called Ola Michael, and I said, Ola, I beg you, what is this? Who tell you this? And don't you know, say that it'll bring some serious conflict between me and my brother, or it'll bring some confusion in the team? Where from this? And I beg you, I don't know where you heard this thing. To be honest, now. So he said, "Oh, bro, myself, it must shut up with the woman they talk. The women they talk. So me, I don't. To be honest, I have no idea. So you are the beggar. I'll call you back in 5 minutes or 10 minutes time." Indeed, he called back. In I think 7 minutes time, he called back and he said, the woman said, "Now I'm the yam fatu hu bi keke." Say, if anything, no, they were talking about a Sean, then a relationship, then artists. When a friend say, "Obi date, and obi aware binti," no say the yam fan say Andrew, worry a kitchen bosses say so or worry a maju akuju sisi ano. A friend is saying, "Why no fee say a boss in biti?" Let me say, say no can like it makes sense. Because as meneu na ebia yene obi ejuma and yemu ba ko aware na, whether you like it or not, on that sorry, your common sense. Some people can't assume we say, and a friend is saying, they've suddenly me. No, it doesn't make sense because the cost of us here. If you be discussing with them and say it makes sense. And a friend say, Joanna Jan, Golden Empire Legacy, Jan Media signing a channel. Almost the contract to catch a car, front money. I have it all. Into send me what's anime waiting now. Didn't know what's a make us sideline the album. I don't care whatever that goes on. There was a company and a record label. They are doing it for me, and I'm good. We have a very big hit song today. You're there everywhere. We have videos. We travel. You could check videos about the promotion is going on. That's all I need. I don't need anything. I am a friend saying if you papa something. Yes, all the two ladies, they were all if the black one was if and the fair one now, I got angry. I don't know say even Kechejo me also sorry no per se on person show me exciting big. Can I say no, but you don't talk like that. Say Obeka say me say Obiabe said there is a problem in the team because if you like I said now I know say you be the group where they stand out right now. So I tell them say if you know this then something did say one make sure you get your facts right before you say things like this on air. So it is never true. I've never said this anywhere. I don't know where this story is coming from, and it's never true. I'm okay with the team. The team are okay with me. Everything is going smoothly. Yes, sir. CDB are okay.
But what is it with them you don't like? Yes, it's a family affair, just as you mentioned, and for me, I find it it's a wise statement that okununi or yebe shed them. I can't but when it comes to business, it's business.
Yes.
What is it you don't like so far since the wife joined as manager?
To be honest, Mimeka say if I'm having a problem in the team, then I'm a big liar. Everything is going on well. To be honest, anything, even me, any decision that even decision that they will make inside Gen Media, they will contact me that, "Oh, Joshua, you've not been in the office for the past week. We are doing this. Can you come to the office? Let's sit down and see if you are okay with it." So every decision from day one till now, our boss, Majo Kujo, and our management, they make sure they add me to every decision, everything they discuss. I'm part of it. So to be honest, everything is okay with me in the team. Gen Media is doing like sometimes some people say, they are doing even in Yamana bro. So there are some things I want any contract because they are doing it. Hospital, they make sure say contract, but they make sure say they pay for the hospital bills, everything. And the council, I'm so okay with the team and the Bia Niwa Meka say with the and with team. It is never true. Whatever that people heard on Neat FM about Ola Michael show, whatever. I was so angry with them, and even I have a voice note and I have messages that show said they are so sorry, sir. This our course, and yes, if you are no credible, baby, it is never true, and I'm so okay with the team.
Okay, so now are there going to be any measures taken against them, or you've let it go?
Okay, now the management, so because they know everything, they've heard everything, they've seen the video, so whatever that they would do, I can't force this thing because I was angry because now Adnekosi said I said it. Even Andrew was like, Joshua, or did you speak to someone like Andrew? You know me, me come if Bibi Hamia, I call you and I tell you recently, or you be me friend. So why say Andrew? Like Bibi to say, if I'm not happy, I won't call you and tell you. I'm not scared of anyone. I'm matured. I'm too tall to act small. So I will call you and tell you, sir, Andrew, this is what I'm going through. I don't like it. I will. Nancy Bibisu call. So I called the team. I went that I would do the meeting together. And Sana me boss, if Bibi Hawajinya, don't keep it inside. Come out and tell the whole team. No one discuss it. I'm on discuss. So now, no, Bibi Hawajinya, my catch on saying I'm not happy about it. I was somewhere Bibi found. So if my boss not feel so Bibi for fine. So only Bibi found so record label no, I'm gonna mukutayen. And yes, we are under them, and we have to listen to them because they are the record label man signing. You say I idea pay maybe into my your man be there some person with German because so many media and they are fine. Be okay with that.
Now in your submission, you made mention of now having the audio. Compared to what they explained and what you heard in the audio, what were they saying the truth?
Yeah, no. Because that's why I was angry. I said, no, madam. You said even Keche Joshua say, a friend, some way no more nephew. And I was also saying, them together now. No, so to be honest, now send a program no corner. They want to do things to make it more like funny. I'm saying, no, but you don't talk like that. And okay, sorry for getting me say okay. Adnanka say we no call that. Bibia or me friends me penny for me team or whatever they would do with it, it's okay. But to me, I was angry. Me say no. Me nim ya trigger sakasa no. I'm omka say Keche Joshua say. Well, but whatever that happened, and you see me team be ya fan me okay with it.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Are you coming up with another banger yet?
Oh yes, we are coming to one of the best collaborations ever. Very soon, we are working on the video. So very very soon, we are happy that our president says he's here on 100 because we need some dancers and we need some crew people to make the whole video look nice. So very soon we are ready to shoot it and backdoor and so very soon.
Allah. Thank you very much for talking to us. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Right. So that was Keche Joshua talking to us about some rumors that he's been saying that he's been sidelined in his group. Well, before I get my elders in the conversation, let's say a big thank you to Betway. Betway brings you so much more entertainment with the Betway Casino. From online slots to your favorite table games, you'll experience hours of endless fun on the Betway Casino. To get started, visit betway.com.gh. Tap on the Casino tab, choose from more than 120 exciting casino games, choose the amount you want to wager, and tap on the spin icon. Remember, you must be over the age of 18 to participate. Betway. Bet your way. Now, Franco Trading Enterprise says they are informing the general public that some thieves are using their Facebook account to defraud the innocent citizenry. The general public is strongly advised to desist from doing any Facebook transactions with their Facebook Franco Trading account, but rather use the official Franco app or website. Doing any Franco Facebook transaction will be at your own risk. Franco Trading Enterprise is advising Ghanaians to stay safe and stay home. If you buy from their online shop, your phone will be delivered right at your doorstep. It doesn't matter where you are. Anywhere It doesn't matter. Anywhere you day. I'm sure as I speak now, somebody is listening somewhere at Mumpurugu Yo-Yo. Someone is listening at Ashaman right in front of the Don's house. They will bring it. Franco Trading. Call them on 0246 422 338 or 0546 133 188. Franco Trading still. Phone Papa Fie. Don't worry, I've not left out Troy Steel, Dahlia, or Vodafone. I'll still find time to tell you much more about them. Premier, let me begin with you on this.
Andy, good morning to our listeners again. Well, this issue, it has different facets of it. The first facet I would like to pick is, see, in the midst of this, it could affect the relationship or the trust aspect between these two artists, where Andrew may start to feel, am I safe? I mean, because there may have been certain issues he may have told or confided in Joshua. Now, this may create some kind of insecurity in terms of information sharing between the two of them. Whether the issue or the topic is true or not, the very moment in Tree we say, Abwana onkawa on essential. I mean, so he may feel, Charlie, what if it is true? What if he is going to say something? What if, I mean, so if care is not taken and this issue is not well managed, it may affect the relationship between Joshua and Andrew in terms of information confidentiality. Now, the other facet I want to look at is, you see, I've always said something about reported speeches. How, you see, we all sit in one classroom. The teacher will teach us one topic, but we will all understand it from a different point. We will all see it from a different perspective. Even as we're sitting here now, this machine behind me, how I may describe how it works may be different from how Oyege will describe, may be different from how Logic will describe. So, at times,
me, I will call him Y2K. 1K.
1K. So, you see, something will happen where maybe in a person, the person could have said, oh, maintaining count. Any only dog, oh, maintaining about what about. But how it is being reported to another person, until before it gets to the final person, or no, they are the end of the now then you are spicing and looky, the fabrication is too much. Probably he may have said it somewhere, not in a malicious way. Say, oh, me ana dog, me ana BB. Just like they suggested, say, oh, on any issue, maybe it could have been in a conversation somewhere where he may have been seated or something, but the way I unconformable report from one person to the other, no, and no, everything I create a whole chaos. And so I feel one, Afia should have done due diligence, be sure of the information she talks about. There's some information you may have.
There was something he said, I regret not probing further. He said they were eating when the issues came. And Andrew asked him, have you spoken to anyone? The question is, about what?
Good.
There must be a substance. There must be something that may have transpired.
Exactly.
Probably you shouldn't have spoken to anyone because obviously you speak to somebody.
Exactly.
But what is it about?
That's what I'm saying, the confidentiality.
I hope you get my point.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, Andy, I mean, let me tell you, my life issue. I mean, meeting or baby. I got up one day and my former boss calls me and says, I heard you and so went to do a meeting somewhere, and then you are planning ABCD. How can the two of us who went to have a meeting, who have not come to tell you that we went to have a meeting, how can you know whatever?
Here is somebody you trusted.
Yes, and none of us even came to tell me, but you know what? Somebody may have seen us and assumed, what could they be talking about? Exactly.
But what was he saying? Was he right?
It was not right.
What?
Are you sure?
Where can your boss that?
Yeah.
Again, issue.
Okay.
Please continue.
So in wrapping up, no, you see, maybe a fear may have heard it somewhere. The sad aspect about I always say,
Premier, your time is up. So
okay, so in a few seconds, see, in issues like this, we will look for evidence. If you don't have hard evidence, it gets difficult to prove it, unless you decide that Kechemu issue, I have evidence, but I don't want to prove it. It's just like the kiddie issue that I came here to talk about. I had facts, I had issues, I had documents, but I didn't want to mar the boys' image. I didn't want to mar my former bosses and their business. So I decided to let it go. Whatever anybody says from that business, I don't want to comment about it. So in a fierce case, but it be only concrete evidence to back it up. But I will advise that Kechefono omunyo homework so that private issues won't come out as a team.
right. Done.
Andy Dusty.
If you can find one, they see some lines on his forehead.
Yes, that is the signal to show that there is distress. Andy Dusty.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you and
Good morning.
everyone listening to us right about now. For me, when Joshua was speaking, he said he called Ifya, and Ifya said, "Nam pesesho ne yede." Oh, I didn't hear it right.
Yeah.
I don't think he said that. He said no more young fatu.
Debbie, he said, say, no more kama.
Should not exciting. Yeah. So clearly, you can tell that probably there was no iota of truth in what
Exciting at whose peril?
Aha! At whose peril? That is the issue. Driving traffic to a program at somebody else's peril. Now, if it is true, or you have evidence or substantial claim to the allegation, there are certain allegations that people describe as baseless. And some allegations have base. Please, let's get this right. You see, allegations that have base have some truth, but there's some rumor around it. And the ones that don't have base,
And that is alleged.
Alleged. Thank you. And the ones that don't have bases, maybe a 9% program the other. But then again, I really would not fault them too much. You know, Ola is a filmmaker. So clearly some fiction will come inside. I mean, some drama will come inside. And when it comes to radio, that drama could cost you. If someone decides to take you on, the last time was Nanaba, and she said because of the bosses, she decided to rescind her decision. You know, and there's one thing that I would like to call my brother's attention to. Credibility. Credibility. You do something once, twice, thrice, it bounces back, then you are shooting yourself in the foot. If you deliberately want to be controversial, you may end up doing things or saying things that I would say would not go down well with people. I feel sometimes situations generate the controversy, not a person trying to generate controversy. If you take situations, something happened, logic and Mercury them are issue, or I say logic, you can generate controversy out of that. But where there's nothing existing, where did this story come from? The guy is saying that, I mean, he's surprised. Because for me, as Premier said, if care is not taken, if he didn't come out strongly to debunk what was said, it may sow a seed of distrust between him and Andrew. And the lady, of course, because where three people are gathered, you know that two, by all means, they be close. And these two are legally close in the sense that they are man and wife. And Andrew and Joshua are legally close because they are professional mates. So please, when we want to spill things out, especially after hearing the explanation, I thought probably if I would say, oh, Charlie, did you go to so and so pub to go and say anything? Did you speak to someone concerning this, a lady? Give him some clue and let him know that Charlie, I can be you a baby. Aha! But to say, oh, now a person showing you excited. Hello, at whose peril? So if you must come for classes. That's there be way we do them, and it comes naturally. You don't force it. You know, for me, if you are an exciting person, you are an exciting person. And if you are not exciting, you pretend to be exciting, you'll be annoying. So please, I know radio is about driving traffic, etc. Small body come inside here and there. I'm not going to dispute that. But let's do it in a professional manner. So that at least, even if you say something that is quite controversial or hits somebody, there is a base that you can defend. You know, at least have some cogent arguments to push. But if you say a person show near there, then it looks like, oh, you just concoct things, come and say to drive traffic, and after you call the person and try to beg, oh, now a person show near there. So for me, it doesn't augur well with me, especially after Nanaba's issue. Right. Running immediately after, I quite say, you make her keep quiet. Onokwa.
Mr. Logic.
Andy, good morning. Mm-hmm. Let me say good morning to Keche. I think the last time there was an argument in a group, and someone said that it has become a tradition that now if radio presenters don't have artists on their show, they don't have a show. And this is...
we need to discuss it though.
Yes, and Andy, I'm connecting an issue. This is why I would say that I will big you up for your package. Because in radio, you don't always need artists. If you are a good presenter, it comes naturally. I've monitored a particular show on a certain radio station. Without an artist, the presenter doesn't have a show. And sometimes when he's on live, within like an hour or 2 hours, he has about 10 views. You see, influence, it doesn't come by unnecessary controversies.
Thank you.
It's natural. If you are good, when people are listening to you on radio, your voice alone,
your
insight is enough.
Yes.
It's enough. That's why I also said that I don't do baseless controversy. Anything I say on radio, if you drag me to court, I'll defend it. So I will never be found lacking. Let me use a Chicago word. I will never be found lacking. The last time I said something about the pastors, if you drag me to court, if any pastor should drag me to court today, I have my experience.
Where are you going to find that madman?
Oh, no,
that madman is so...
It's in my dream. I will read dream. I will read dream.
You come to court, where the issue there is, oh,
I will read dream. Where the financial exchange is today.
Yesterday I saw something about someone who had been reprimanded because a lady said a lady was raped or something like that. He said she saw the rapist in her dream, and the rapist looked like their dog. They go arrest him.
Why you don't choose anybody that don't?
In fact, I've seen the picture. He looks like you. And the guy had been lacking in prison.
Serious?
For 27 years or something like that. He had recently been released.
So that's more like an imaginary rapist. It's possible he will do that in future.
How do you do this?
It's sad. Andy. So I think Ifya being one of us, it's more a reason why I will leave this issue to slide. I think next time Ifya should be careful because you see, out of excitement, most of the females on radio, they speak without basis. Most of them, they pick personalities and they will speak ill about you. I've studied, is not one of them. So I will spare her on this issue because this is the first time I'm really hearing Ifya say something and then she said, oh, it was for fun. And I mean, you cannot gamble with people's life.
Her boyfriends are here.
Association members are here.
We all boyfriends.
Association members are here.
They don't power away.
That's
Ifya come for classes.
That's the more reason why I will spare Ifya because Andrew and Joshua, they are very close, Andy, and these guys are treated equally. Aside the marital issue between Andrew and his wife, the group is treated equally. You understand? Yeah, they are treated equally. Everybody is okay.
Yeah.
So when I heard the story myself, I said, and people were insulting.
Gizzo was the one who raised it 2 days ago that Saleh he spoke to like some issue there. I said, wow.
People were insulting.
Because the last time Andrew came here, he came with some posh car. Joshua.
They are fine.
Everybody was cool.
They are fine. So I think it's an unfortunate story.
But then again, I think we must also credit Ifya Papa B for being very honest.
Yeah,
at least if you were honest, that oh Charlie na me dia grow. Somebody would have said, oh, obi ka che me, but this is what Ifya sent to Josh. Sorry, Josh, it was just to create humor due to the other statements by my colleagues made, but it did not go down well with you. I am so sorry. You see clearly.
Yeah,
you see,
she
if
has
anybody
apologized.
does something and immediately
Person
there is
says
remorse,
something. Yeah,
then
have
you know
to
it's
let
genuine.
go. Yes,
But if it's after 10 days, before you can say, Charlie, I make sorry. You see the first time.
So
So if you are, please, that is very good. We praise you for that. But next time you must be more careful because you also have a brand to protect. Don't forget you are also a presenter on another network. So please don't do anything somewhere else that will come to affect you at another place.
Yes.
That is the only advice I have for you.
So me, I will apologize on behalf of Ifya to Keche, Andrew, and Joshua to forgive her. She is our sister. She has apologized, so we forgive her. And also to my brother Ola, you are one of us. You are our brother, and I will beg you not to allow some people to drag your integrity into the mud, because Ola is a person that we all respect in this industry, an outspoken person. And I know sometimes when you're on air and people are on your show, there is a certain level of cravings to know what is on their mind. So you'll be asking some questions. It's onto them to be able to answer you wisely.
But then again, too, you should come in if necessary.
Stop them
with some queries.
Yes,
if
to
they say
stop
something.
them. Yes.
Yeah.
So I just want to tell Ola not to allow people to come on his show and then propagate. It will drag his name.
Because this humor thing clearly shows that there was no content.
Yes.
You just had to create content.
I mean, I don't really want to say he didn't have content. I'm saying that.
No, I mean the humor aspect. It gives one the impression.
Okay.
We just wanted to create.
Sure.
If there's content, humor comes naturally.
I get you.
It will come naturally.
I get you. And so I'll leave it at that.
Andy,
I beg you, but
on behalf
you go make some twin.
It be delicate.
We double-edged sword.
Wait, when a paddy song.
That's why they can't conclude them.
No, but then again,
that's what I wanted to say. That look, lions don't eat lions.
No. But Andy, when we do that, how would the people outside take us? You want to come and talk about Stoneboy's mistake? Want to talk about Shatawale's mistake? Want to talk about people's mistake? But when one of your own does something,
but this is enough a correction. This is enough a correction. This is enough a correction.
Yes, but Andy was saying lions doing lions. Lions, they kill lions.
In this scenario, in this scenario, I think the Daybreak Hitz court would like to temper justice with mercy.
No. You had the producer.
Are you hold on, order. Are you asking the speaker, or you in which authority are you speaking?
No, I didn't even conclude.
The way you said it on the heads, like some power is vested in you, my brother.
Say my show whether
even if I want to suspend your seat, I have to consult.
Yes.
Even with where I sit, I for consult.
The chief whip.
Yes, chief whip for at least if I allow.
Okay, I plead my lord that in this regard, the Daybreak Hitz cause should temper justice with mercy, because Ola is a brother.
Yes.
And Ifya is our
member.
girlfriend.
And Ifya is a first offender. First offenders, yes, caution. So if you are a first offender, we are bringing you to the legal. First offender. So because of that, in fact, your application will be considered.
Yes,
and the Dusty, the speaker, will pronounce judgment pretty short.
Nice.
Yes, but Andy has to consult Hagler.
In this case, you have to come and spend the night. That one.
That's all of us.
No, this one there. Speaker for enjoy. Yes. Listeners, thank you very much for tuning in case you just tuned in. Showbiz Review is still on, and it's proudly brought to you by Troy Steel Roofing Company Limited. Troy Steel is your number one choice when it comes to roofing. All estate developers, all builders, masons, carpenters. You need Troy Steel Roofing Company Limited because they will finish your house nicely. Call them on 0302-850-802 or 0303-967-400. Guess what? They offer free installation, quick estimates, and technical support. So if you need any problem, if you have any problem and you need any advice, please contact them and they will support you technically. Now, with just 200 Ghana cedis, you can become a dealer in Dahlia Beauty and Pharma range of products. They deal in French perfumes, body splashes. Now, the exciting news is that they give out banners and free t-shirts. Free t-shirts. After buying stuff, you can get plenty perfumes for just 200 Ghana cedis. This will not be too lale. Eche, ebeche won Call 0548 005570.
Tulale, where the name come from?
Oh, you don't know Tulale?
People will talk right.
Which people? Why you know they buy for?
You ashes will talk right.
So on top perfume.
They be
Fly saver. It be Hausa. What's the meaning? Tulale.
Oh, so if you say that, then you are wrong.
Oh.
Tulare.
So
if you say that,
no, then the Tulale. Then the Tulale
perfume no they last long.
No. I'm not. Which one? No. If you say there, what do you mean?
Because
don't drag me. I beg. You know our people. I beg. Don't take me there.
No. I deliberately.
So the reason I am
the reason why I'm asking.
You didn't know.
The word seemed quite familiar, and that's why I said, where is this word coming from?
You said you've heard it with ashes before.
Yes, but where is it coming from?
Okay, I don't know where it's coming from.
But then it's good that we are making this argument.
Yes, true. Yeah. Now, but the Tulale was meant for fake perfumes.
Yes. But now you know it's somebody's real perfume. So you might want to consider how you use it.
So,
so in defending Andy, one man's poison is another man's meat.
No.
Maybe the animal will day top one die. Then one some. But thanks for the correction anyway.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's very important.
Now, Accra International Conference Center at the verge of collapse. This issue,
I hope it's based on some proper evidence.
Yes. So the structural defects on the Accra International Conference Center building is posing serious security threat to the edifice that hosts major national and international events. Currently, most of the column structure have the concrete that cover the iron rods spilling off, compromising the structural integrity of the building, which was commissioned in 1991. Most of the, a structural engineer from the Ghana Institute of Engineering, Mark Addo, said most of the columns that are affected have 30% of the concrete peeled off. Now, when the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament inspected the facility, Engineer Mark Addo indicated that maintenance regime hasn't been adequate over the years because the peeling off started in 2014 and till date it hasn't been fixed. He added that he did a survey on the problem and found out that the cracks were caused by moisture and water. Now, let's hear it from let's listen from Engineer Mark Addo.
When it goes into, there's a protection for the iron rod. It's the cover. When the water goes in and gets to the iron rod, corrosion starts. And therefore, once the moisture or the water is present, it will always have. But the degree of ingress depends, the rate of ingress of the moisture into depends on the quality of the concrete and whether it's been protected by some other chemical or the reinforcement has also been protected. Having said that, once you have these prevailing conditions, you could step up the level of maintenance. But once you have that problem, whatever maintenance regime you put in there, you are still bound to have these sorts. The maintenance regime has not been that adequate all over the years. So this the first report I saw on this was in 2014, and it was almost like this. 2014. So it means that way before then, this had already started. But that I'm saying, in 1991, when the building was being commissioned, there was water on the floor. Water on the floor here. What that means is that either there is some passage of water, or there is groundwater, and for which there hasn't been adequate substructural drainage. The thing is that in whatever environment you have, you can put up structure. You will have to provide adequate measures for protection. You can put in reinforced concrete, you can do it in structural steel, but in whatever material you have, there's an array of protective measures that you can put. Now, I did a survey on why this happened. Our conclusion was that the remote cause is purely moisture and water.
All right, so that was Engineer Mark Addo speaking to us about the current state of the Accra International Conference Center. Meanwhile, Frank Anodompre, who is the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, is also calling on government to help save the Accra International Conference Center. Let's listen to Frank Anodompre as to how he put it.
International Conference Center, no. aboye nyina pusa sana edan esi ho ayese sabi omonimu ayese edwan bin no shine sana de ewo mu no na pro emu konyo to nti mumwan aye nyina ekwan ebefa so ne esiesie but ye committee ye ba ekoi ye wasudie da so se ebehwe sa ministry ne be ye omodwuma nti animanimi ya ye ne ye maame a maame Shelia Yokoboche ohwe ministry no animanimi ya ne betu anam already ma already adwuma bebre gu ye ni so visa with agreement me ha many kan kwa be in song next we are seeing what table another paper continental free trade agreement and this is why it's been referred to our committee na yebehwe se yebeye no show the show na intempaso na wetimi aka bibia kire. What is the plan? Then yeah, because this is the identity no bibia betimi si which is not too good for us nti yesrem mu nyina mu yemo hunde na Ghana fo so ade na yehu no hyen say si won so na nye hyen sa ase nyina sabi betimi ageni pampo.
Hitz 103.9 FM. So that was Frank Anodompe, chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee.
All right, so Andy Doty, not to cut you. I mean, if you want to see the seriousness of the structural defect, just get onto our Facebook page, Hitz 103.9 FM. It's actually rolling on the live feed, and you get to see the perilous state of the Accra International Conference. Andy, please continue.
The end parallel.
Hey, don't. If I'd continue.
Honestly, Andy, started the structure grow. And
it's been there since what, 1991? 91. Wow.
So it's almost like 29 years or something.
Meanwhile, they don't have adequate renovations.
Yes, and I quite remember that it was built for a specific purpose. The NAM conference. And it was hurriedly built. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. It was something that was built for that. So probably they didn't know it was going to be a place where we are going to be using today. Moreover, this is something the engineer hasn't said, but I'm trying to think outside the box, quite imaginative. I would want to believe that the place was built for talk. Now we take in high-powered sound to a building that is old. The sound power alone, boom, boom. It has no acoustics.
Vibrations.
Yeah, it has no protection against that. So let's not forget that, Mr. Engineer, this one, layman's mind, where they put across. But I feel it may also be a contributing factor, apart from the lack of maintenance. Because for something to peel off a wall, that means there is some vibration, or something. Or well, it's true, water could come out, but then again, yes, I feel that the vibration is also part. We didn't build that place for what do you call it? A concert ground. Yeah. It wasn't built for that. So government should do something quick, because the cracks, from what I see, is in the foyer area. You could tell that it's in a place where, Charlie.
But before you wrap up. Let me invite Abednego. Abednego works with our sister station, Adum FM. He is the parliamentary correspondent for Adum. And so he visited the conference center.
All right.
Abednego, thank you very much for joining us on Hitz FM. Tell us what you saw. Is it that bad?
Very bad, very bad.
Very bad?
Very bad, Asante.
Now,
very
if you're talking about cracks, are the cracks in the auditorium or outside?
The cracks... what we witnessed was that the cracks were at the basement.
Okay.
Where it holds
the pillars.
The pillars.
The pillar basement. Yeah. That's the foundation.
Very dangerous. Where it hosts like all the audiences. I mean, so to be honest with you, if you ask me to go there right now, I won't go there again.
Wow.
I won't participate in any event there. The authority, I would suggest that if they can temporarily close the place and do the necessary rehabilitation or the renovation before they open it up again, I think it will be in that order, or it will be in the best interest of the country. Because what I witnessed yesterday is an eyesore. Because if you see how the iron rods, everything is just peeling off. Even sometimes when it rains, the engineer told us that when it rains, sometimes the basement even get flat.
Wow.
So I mean, they should do something about it.
Hey.
And then the structures in general they are not there forever. They have a lifespan. Yeah. So Charlie,
and I think the last time they renovated the place is almost 6 years now. Nothing has been done.
I'm not sure it was a major renovation. Maybe
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe something.
Some minor things.
Yeah.
But right now, it's good that this has come up. Otherwise, Charlie, there could have been a disaster. You never know when it's going to strike.
And so the committee members are calling on the Foreign Affairs Ministry to do something about it.
But you are a correspondent. How did you know, or how were you informed that something of the sort had happened?
It was a working visit. The Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament, they visited the place together with the Foreign Affairs Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and some officials. So they wanted to have a feel of the place. Right now, because of the COVID, there's nothing
really going on.
So they decided to.
Then I guess it's the best time to renovate.
Yes.
So they don't get.
So during the visit, that's when we witnessed all this. So I think it will be in the best interest of the country if they do something about it before something chaotic.
But then if the engineer,
thank you very much.
If the engineer is quite sure about what he's saying, then I think the structure needs to be pulled down. If there's water underneath, and you don't take the precautionary measures to actually, because right now there are ways of trying to keep water from coming up. If you're building the foundation, there are some rubbers you lay and stuff. Now people are taking, those precautions, because sometimes in certain areas, the land, I don't know whether
too fertile.
No, but probably some places were filled. I don't want to go there. Certain estates have been filled. So after a while, it will start sinking. But probably when you are going to buy, they won't tell you that this is a filled land. You know, some were rivers and stuff, but they put rocks and stuff trying to fill it. But he was suggesting that probably a waterway could be passing something underneath, because he felt water was coming from under the ground. And if it is so, then they have to get some drillers around to find out what is actually there. And if there is water, and that one there, no matter what you do, you can renovate it 1,000 times. The problem will still come.
Right, Mr. Logic.
Andy, I'll just be real quick on this because it's more of out of my reach. I think socially, from my social point of view, the contractor must be called to explain. Just like the Don said, every building has its lifespan. So how many years were we expecting the conference center to be there without all these breaks? And from what Abednego is saying, I think it is a state of emergency. They have to close it down. It's serious. They have to just shut it down and then fix it. You know, state funds, I'm sure there are so many other state buildings and places that are in such state that we don't even know yet. You see, this is where we'll be blaming our leaders. We're blaming them because they take our life for granted. As a matter of fact, we the people say if our life self is deplorable, it's unacceptable. Economy is unacceptable.
Economy?
Eh?
Economy.
You understand? The people self in the country say they don't have peace of mind. And then with all this corona and then look at the pending danger at the whole conference center. You know, some of these things, it's not a thing to discuss already. It's a thing they should have done already. They should have supervisors on a monthly routine, checking on the buildings.
Because it's a very busy area.
It's a very busy place that they hold most presidential and social events,
especially
funerals
social,
and all those things, state funerals and all that.
Yes, Premier.
Andy, okay, so you see, we live in a system where we are fond of abusing things. Pen drive created for copying documents. Some use it to copy movies. It's been our lifestyle. National Theatre was not built for events such as musical events and all the things we've been using.
National Theatre you are talking about?
Yeah, I'm coming. I mean, National Theatre is where theatre arts, play. But then we use it for other musical events and stuff. That clearly shows how we misuse facilities that are built. Conference center, I think you see, we are used to a certain lifestyle where we don't like maintenance. We can buy a car, we will never check oil, we will never change oil. When it spoils, we buy a new one. That kind of lifestyle is what is actually has brought us this far. People work there. Are there people? Don't we have people who are in charge of managing facilities for the government? Is the AICC not making money?
Hey, cash call, Papa.
Exactly. So
you know how much
they charge per event.
Yeah.
So, but you see, Andy, today
I bet some domes every day.
They don't.
Yeah.
I think it has been.
It is there.
Which one, the new one or the old one?
The new one.
The new one. The old one is no more.
Or be there.
The new one is
no, that one day trade fair.
Trade fair. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
Are you talking of fantasies?
No, it's not about the fantasy.
No, Fantasy Dome.
No.
Where
No,
the last VGMA was held.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's some dome there. Grass inside.
Yes.
That's why you define out whether it's still there.
Yeah. That one, the rental alone self go fit do something.
You know.
Okay. So Andy,
The ground rental, even if it's not for them, they rented the
just
ground to
take
somebody,
this thing,
so they go fit use the money.
today
I want to show them where the money is.
Money day.
Today is about AICC, FIN, so we are talking about it. Andy, go to ministries. Look at the old buildings there. No parking space for people who come. The parking spaces are left for directors, and I mean, like some of these things, I just don't get it.
We are going backwards. Oh. There is nothing. See, as a matter of Andy, this thing is hitting me up. Maybe we need to jump from this.
You said it's not your space. All of a sudden,
all of a sudden, social now.
No, sir, I think what I'm saying is
now. The thing is triggering my social
intellect.
faculty. Yes.
Andy,
Let me leave it.
Let him finish.
you see, these places were built to suit the kind of population we had back some years ago, and now but we are still not making changes so that a bit suited the new look at some of the buildings ministries area old. Have you been to a sports ministry before?
No.
So some of the places even
You see some old air conditioners.
I mean all those things.
Andy,
TV.
let me quickly chip this in. Do you know why certain times certain state institutions get burnt? You know why? After about 20 years,
Yes.
we need to change them.
Have to reline.
We have to rewire. Otherwise, they peel off and they could spark fire at any given time.
Yes, I touch it.
Then buildings are on fire. It's because of like the wire and anchors and arche. Agogo.
But seriously, people like most state workers, they don't take care of the state properties. When you go to government institutions, if you enter their office, computers, they are scattered. Look, chairs. I don't want to mention some institutions I've been to.
But logic,
It
I
is
don't
not
blame
fair.
them.
It's as if anything that belongs to government, there is no need to take care of it.
You know why I don't
If you go
blame
to the
them?
ministries, if you go to some of the offices and ministries, Masa, we are talking about our ministries. So go abroad. When they say ministries, do you know how many floor skyscraper?
You see.
Look, I don't know how long it will take us. Maybe after we are all dead and gone, because Ghana is 60-something years. 63, right? 63 years old. Take that out of your age. From the time you knew Ghana, there are roads and houses and lanes that when we were kids around 10 years old, we knew. They are still the same up to today. I don't get it. You see, our leaders, I don't know how they look at us. It's as if when a person is called a Ghanaian, or when you are a Ghanaian, you don't have sense. That's how you are seen. Like, oh, wait a minute, Ghana for the look, it's not every Ghanaian who's like that. And this country, because our nature is so, Ghanaians are humble. The moment you are outspoken and giddy, they say, hey, it's a threat. That shouldn't be the case. Look at what's happening in America. This is America. We've known them to be civil. I can tell you that George Floyd's death is not the signal they were waiting for to start this protest. It has been happening for how long? And they've gotten it up to their neck. They can't take it anymore. Look at what's happening. Every state in America almost protesting, pushing around the place.
Even in the UK,
everywhere, Canada, everywhere. Yes.
It was the UK that they went to the American
embassy.
Yes.
and said, I can't breathe. And they were lying on the floor.
It should tell you how powerful the people are. If the people get fed up. So I don't think our leaders should watch us. Look, Ghana, we are suffering. But we have overlooked all this economical pressure. Now even our places that we go are no more secure. Why? When will things be okay in Ghana? Election after election. I'm getting political now because see, the matter is the pain.
I've not spoken. I want you to feel free.
No, let me feel free. But I will not cross certain parameters.
I'm going to ask you.
I will not cross. Oh, I forgot I'm in your lane.
He prompted you by saying, "Oh, feel free."
You prompted me. You was okay. Let me leave it here. Let me leave it.
But they flow
No,
too.
feel free. Flow.
It's sad. It's sad. And you see, some of these things, because we are made to be known as humble people, the moment you speak your mind, you see that you be arrested, you're arrogant, or you are a threat. And this sort of a tag that we have as Ghanaians is not allowing us to speak our mind. We cannot, like, for instance, this case, this ICC issue. By now, the creative art industry, because we use that place a lot. Creative art industry should have started launch an official complaint already, but nobody will speak. Nobody will speak. We don't have auditoriums. We don't have theaters. Look how long we have been here. National Theatre Nawoka say it's not meant for events. Where do we go and have event? Go to Koforidua. They don't have anywhere to have event. Legion Hall, up to now, Koforidua still hosts their event at Legion Hall. When I was a kid, around 6 years, 10 years.
It be the place where Andy you go renovating.
Yeah.
No, that's the Quarter Center. That's
the
Quarter Center.
But that's where
Koforidua don't have any event center. It is sad. Andy, we are 40 and above. When I knew Koforidua, I was just 10 years old.
I did before.
No, my dad was a regional director of Railways.
Oh, okay.
So I stayed a bit in Koforidua.
Myself,
Andy,
5 years.
We are 40 and above, 40 years and above. Koforidua doesn't have a theater up to today. Why? Koforidua for me in Krasifo. Go to Kumasi. There is no theater in Kumasi. Are people in Kumasi in Krasifo? Go to Takrade. Even in Accra. Why is Ghana so painful to live in? It's as if our leaders don't travel. And when they travel, they go to all these nice places. Don't we deserve some of these things? Oh, Charlie, this country, there, a time we will deny our citizenship. We will step out to say we are not Ghanaians anymore. And nobody can do us anything because it's my right.
Congo.
Me feel Tunisia.
If you do so, when you come out, when you come back, you say you are not a Ghanaian. Stay out.
I will take this. I'll come and look and say,
Go back.
Andy, you see, I think I got on your nerves. It's good. You see, I've taken time to walk through that area, and I'm telling you, there's a building there called CD House. Andy,
the former ADB structure. Yeah.
Osha building now. I think a new building brings so much money, but the building now there's nothing to write home about. We have renovation problems. Meanwhile, I know town and country planning, and I don't know all those areas. I don't know who.
But as if they have just one area they have to look after.
No, what I'm trying to. Andy, you see, I've always been talking about planning. Yam planning. Andy, yam planning. Until you perceive doom light to cry. You say industry, industries were and I say how residency. And we just live. We are just existing and adding up to numbers. And we just wake up and move because these areas, she say, even if nothing at all, for some years now, we've all seen the importance of entertainment. Unim said some time ago I came here and I was just walking around and I bought some finger food. And I wanted somewhere to sit and eat. Andy, not even a recreational park or sitting area, children's park way.
For me, the last time I was at the children's park, I was disappointed. It was at lunch children's park. I don't remember. We had an event and we went there. I was like,
roller coaster. This
is the children's park. So how do the children come here?
I've just sacked all the snakes and these things.
Can you imagine?
Snakes self is even there.
To be full.
How would the go there?
To be full.
Meanwhile, when you go to Canada, when you move after every 15 kilometers, there's a park. When you drive from one neighborhood to another, there is a park. Parks everywhere, recreational parks everywhere.
What better than you're stressed? We will be stressed because we don't have any stress releasing in your mind, and we don't even maintain all these things. So now, conference center, I say, Yabeka say, oh, Yabeka, so I'm say Yabeka, Nobody will hold them accountable.
No.
No.
All
right.
You forget.
Now, hold on a second.
The next
Right.
trending issue, no, they forget. Yes.
Now, Eagle Eye 7 says, Mr. Logic's point makes me wonder about the ultramodern theatres in the 10 regions promised by the government. Now that the regions have been expanded to 16, I believe the government owes us at least 15 ultramodern theatres. Where are they? 4 years now, so More underscore Kushwan says George Floyd's death is the cure of coronavirus. You can see it from the crowd. Original Slice says, Andy, people are paid to manage state facilities. Monies are taken due to events, and where does it go? We are complaining, but whoever is responsible is walking about freely. Almost all state agencies is not managed well in Ghana, and it's very sad. Shizzle Boy says, you see, Andy Dusty, if you've been to Takrady Technical University here, you will know that school was built in water. But it still stands because engineers deployed good techniques. Eagle Eye 7 comes out and says, Andy, have you been to birth and death registry? If no, please, Shada, pass there.
Birth and death. What else do you want? Birth and death.
And you realize a lot of government institutions are an eyesore. Wow. McMahon said, but Kelvin Taylor too, what's Akodia? Anyway, you are such a fine inspiration to the world. Happy Women Escape Champion of Comfort Quad. We know you're going to come back even bigger and better. Okay. Yeah, today's Quad's birthday.
Yeah, Charlie, today is also exactly 12 years. I lost my dad.
Oh, Charlie.
Man, Charlie.
12 years.
Sorry, man. Sorry. June 4.
June 4, Charlie. He was always talking about June 4. June 4, cool. June 4, June 4. Not knowing he will die on June 4.
Life.
Life is sad, though.
Charlie.
Okay. Eagle Eyes, Charlie, today you do on me, pal. He says, Andy, as for me, I'm not surprised the International Conference Center is deteriorating. We lack maintenance culture. And we all know the building wasn't meant for musical concerts. The place has been overused, so it's not surprising it's giving up. Ayeka. Pandora 7 says, Andy, it's funny. As we move forward in technological world, our techniques move backwards. Maintenance is unknown in Ghana. All we do is purchase. Go to University of Ghana, Legon.
That's true.
The road tarred in the 70s just have one or two potholes. But the new ones connecting them, 2,000 potholes. But you were friend then. That
Andy.
My friend then.
Motorway.
There's a certain road in Ghana. Martini didn't budget Muzamihunda, Eastern Corridor. How many years WB Eastern Corridor?
I've been hearing it.
Ascona John Sakodi says, Andy, after thanking your sponsors, play 1K, then we move. And 1K for them. Holiday J says, yes, Mr. Logic. What they do will bring beef to artists if they don't plan.
It means they for cook that I bought.
Yes. Nana Kwaku says, Brandy, tell Mr. Logic that he's always on point with his logic mind. Big up yourself. Same people who come and say today is not logical at all.
He's not updated. The same people who come and talk.
Papa Kwasi Roddy says, you don't create humor detrimental to someone's reputation or brand. That's defamation. Sister Efia should be very circumspect with some of her speech next time. And if she's fond of doing that, she should kindly desist immediately. We'll be right back. When we return, Issue day.
Issues there, they always do.
Since coronavirus has been able to make us close down churches, I don't think we will need a cathedral. Seriously. And did you hear what I said? If coronavirus has been able to shut down all churches, then what are we doing with the cathedral? Yes, because look at coronavirus. Now there's no church anywhere.
Are they still building the cathedral?
Look at the
But they've not built. Are they still building?
But I've seen the spot.
structure.
It's been fenced. So definitely it will take to commence. So I'm saying that
so
the coronavirus.
So are you suggesting they should use the land to build a bigger?
At least maybe a theater will help us, because at least for a theater, then we can say
cathedral
that it
in the
doesn't belong to any
manifesto?
religion.
But then-
Come again.
Was cathedral? Stop shaking your head. Speak.
Cathedral.
But Andy, let's comment.
Cathedral is for a particular sect of religion. You understand? But a theater is for all Ghanaians. And since coronavirus is so powerful to close down churches, what are we doing with the cathedral? One will also say that what are we doing with the theater also? But theater is for everybody.
It's temporal. Coronavirus is temporal.
Oh, Master, they say we should learn to live with it. We are living with it like malaria. It's not temporal.
I don't know the last time you
Corona
went
is
to
not going on.
the Accra Sports Stadium.
Corona is not going.
Accra Sports Stadium. I don't think I've never been.
Or Sports Stadium.
Andy, okay, forgive me. I mean,
I've rather been to the Baba Yara Stadium.
I heard His Excellency, may so rest in peace, Professor Mills did some renovations during his time.
Yes.
Because of his love he has for sports. Andy, I went there when I came to Accra and I started playing tennis. I went there. Beautiful tennis, lawn tennis court. Beautiful, like about multiples of them with a place that you can sit around and watch. And I was like, okay, so somebody had sports at heart. That is commendable. At least it's been built to suit a certain standard that at least for the next 10 years or whatever, we can still use that facility if only it is well maintained.
That is the right word. Maintained.
Maintenance. That's I don't know why maintenance is such a big deal for us. Meanwhile, there are people who have been employed to make sure that those works, and didn't you almost struggle and say when they even write, Andy, have you ever been in a government institution? The bureaucracy, you will run away. The bureaucracy.
That is the order of the day.
The bureaucracy institution, you run away. You do something, it has to be taken to one person. That person that has to just come to work every day, look through and sign. A bit near the bare 3 years. I registered the business, somewhere 2009 or something. Till date, I never received a certificate because I used the proper channel.
Oh, that one here is that's weird.
If you use a proper channel,
that's weird.
It's
like Ghana passport.
You hit a dead end.
I mean, you don't get the whole thing.
If you pay 50 Ghana cedis, you forget. Forget about it. If you pay 50 Ghana cedis,
Andy Dusty,
5 months.
Let me just divert a bit when it comes to this thing. Our roots.
You get it.
Our roots.
It's in corridor.
Our roots. Ashaiman. Ashaiman. No. MC. We they see other areas where they do the road for the back here. No, people they do roads.
That force.
So MC, please, the Don is telling you, Ashaiman MC, sort the roads out. The potholes, they plenty too much.
Who be your MP?
MC.
No, I'm asking who's your MP?
Nogbe, but this no be MP in job.
I'm asking who's
Nogbe,
your MP?
Ernest Nogbe.
Has he ever visited the area?
Oh, he's in the area.
But you see him?
No. But you know, NDC, MP, MCB, MPP. So, you see, some of these things bring about some of all these things. So,
and family home.
Andy.
Charlie.
All right, we'll be right back. When we return, some issue day. The minister has spoken on events, activities, and forward. Please stay with us. You must be very much interested in this. And I've seen most of your comments, especially on Twitter. Please stay.
Hello.
Why you bed?
It's 5 a.m. Of course I bed. Lockdown things.
Guy, some series that they watch for Netflix. Too much.
You woke up to comment.
Which can wake up? I've been watching from last night too.
You have data, eh?
Vodafone Adaroma. The too much bundles. Now be too much. See, Chuck, make an ad screener to the Skype call, then buy you guys the story.
Too much data is now double the data at the same price. So you can stay home and stay connected on Vodafone with too much data for the day and too much bonus from midnight till 4 a.m. That's double Ankasa. Terms and conditions apply. Dial *700# to subscribe now. Ready?
Tri-Steel Roofing Company Limited. Hey, you make a chance, papa. I walk on her, and then some day a bro. Tri-Steel say, and it's your bremu, young chance, papa, yeka, a secular wave, self-floor tiles, IDT, IBR, and a transparent fiber sheet, and then Jensen in a more Santagni, Color Supreme Plus One, they say over Bata, Yakobosoma free of charge. And now when you walk up in Tenida Dadia, and you're on chance now, a subonne Cadinano, the betria at the amount. A bank chance in the air, you need to pay. For a number, says 0302 850 802 0302 850 802. Young Krabatane Dawson, Bora Tracing Krabatabia Belvia, say Sasabi Junction, Dodo Wakasu, Yano Kranso, Ewa Kaswa, Congo Villa, and a crown filling station give you more Ewa Fanko, and I will be Bakaswa Kwanso forestry checkpoint of Bujumbura. Your main office no Ewa my 11 cemetery shining Honomoa, and Krakaswa Kwanso. Tri-Steel Roofing Company Limited, number one choice.
As we continue to fight COVID-19 together, EcoBank offers you several ways to stay home, stay safe, and take control of your finances. Use EcoBank Mobile whenever, wherever, with or without an EcoBank account to send money through SMS and email. Also buy airtime, pay bills, and much more from the comfort of your home. For high-value transactions, use our internet banking services. EcoBank QR code enables you to make cashless digital payments when paying for goods and services. Download the EcoBank Mobile today from the Google Play Store, App Store, or from our Facebook page. Additionally, dial the short code *770# from any phone and start transacting. EcoBank cares. Remember to observe social distancing, wash your hands frequently, and don't touch your face. For further assistance, kindly call EcoBank Contact Center on 3225 anytime, any day. Toll free. Stay home, stay safe. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hitz FM 103.9.
It's 103.9 FM. Okonfo Kwade. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday to Jerry John Anaba. Yep. My brother right there. Okay, now it looks as if when it comes to events, we can have events. The president spoke a few days ago and mentioned that now he's easing restrictions on certain things. Churches and mosques. Well, there are events as well. Church. Okay. Now, the Minister for Tourism and Culture, Tourism, Arts and Culture, Madam Barbara Otinjesi, right? Barbara Otinjesi. Now, our Madam has spoken. Please listen to Madam Otinjesi speak on event activities and way forward at the ongoing press conference on easing of restrictions for tourism at the Ministry of Information.
With regards to events, His Excellency the President indicated that we could undertake conferences, workshops, and weddings. And under conferences, we also include award ceremonies. For these events, we also have to display the no mask, no entry signage at the venues for these events, provide enough Veronica buckets and tissue and hand sanitizers for the patrons to use. We must strictly adhere to washing of hands before entering the venue, and the ushers must also use hand sanitizers before escorting guests. We must observe strict social distancing of not less than 1 meter and a maximum of 50% of the carrying capacity of the venue, or a maximum of 100 persons per event as directed by His Excellency the President. For the guidelines for the activities, you need to critically observe social distancing. Tables must be designed, tables which are designed to hold 10 persons should be reduced to 50% capacity. So now the tables must hold a maximum of 5 persons. And also, we must, the MCs for the events must undertake demonstrations of the protocols to further educate the patrons at such events. As much as possible, sharing of microphones should be limited, and therefore we request that you have several microphones available, which should periodically also be sanitized after each use. Hand sanitizers must be provided on all the tables to afford the patrons to disinfect their hands during the course of the program. We must also observe 1 meter distance between the guests seated at the table, as well as between tables at the venue. So you have one table and you have 1 meter spacing to the next table. Only accredited individuals shall manage events during this period. That is corporate event houses and certified professionals by the associations or recognized professional bodies. All event organizers must be duly licensed by the Ghana Tourism Authority. All events shall be time constrained so as not to keep guests for too long a period. There shall also be the presence of a designated health and safety liaison person amongst the organizers of the program.
Hitz FM 103.9.
Well, listeners, so this is our minister, Madame Barbara Ting-Jesse, speaking at the ongoing press conference on easing of restrictions on tourism at the Ministry of Information. Let me begin with you, Mr. Logic. What's your take on this? So, what if 100 people challenge to me in Sakra? That's yet to be treated.
I think we should rather keep it virtual. I mean, as it is now, because every event is for revenue. Most of them, to have a certain number of people only for the event and the regulation. If you listen to the regulation, the people, the kind of people who can only host event, I mean, all these regulations here, Charlie, to this step, because events are mostly street.
But parties can
parties can happen. Aside this corporate event,
the ministry go take permission.
That's what I'm saying. You need a license. You need a permission from the ministry before you can stage an event. For me, I think we should keep it, Andy. We should just keep it virtual for now till Corona is over. Because I can't imagine myself in an event hall with masks in my face.
Sadly. With your suit and
bow tie. Mask.
Suit and bow tie. And a mask that doesn't match with your
suit.
Right now, people they match them.
Charlie.
Everybody, Dr. Pons.
We have to suspend everything and just wait for Corona to go.
Yeah, personally, I think they are trying to meet us halfway. But then, in certain situations, halfways, Charlie, will not give you any result. And this is a typical situation. For the restaurants and stuff, fine. Because people need to eat and blah, blah, blah. But for events, that one, as Logic said rightly, is driven by income and numbers. You know, if you don't have a sponsor, clearly you want to rely on gate proceeds. And you're going to pay artists to perform. How are you going to manage buy all these sanitizers and stuff? Charlie, it's like
Max.
It's like, Charlie, it's
stressful.
Much ado about nothing. So let's limit it to parties.
Yeah.
If you want to do some birthday party, then go to the ministry. I chop 35 and they do party. They give you this thing, social distancing. You know, but I don't know. But in as much as I appreciate the effort in trying to meet us halfway, I think this is of no effect
at all.
My personal point of view. Excuse me if I hurt anybody's feelings.
Andy.
Yes, sir.
Now the world has turned into my former school, Ahmadiyya Senior High School. There, males and females know they dance together. So now, so entertainment show all turned into video, music video watching because you can't dance. It's a harm. So now, even at parties, I mean, I've been imagining wedding receptions, how it's going to be. Are they going to be couple dance? Are they going to dance closer to each other? Or they are going to dance doing social distancing? This whole thing, yes, we're going to live with it for quite some time, but then I think our adjustment is what we have to look at, how we can easily adjust to it. Unfortunately, we don't have a system that was well built and structured where we can actually, it will make it easier for us to just sync with the new directive that has been given. And so it will take time for us to really be able to adjust to it, because now the minister made mention of the fact that only accredited
professionals,
entities that organize events will be given the chance to organize what. So wedding planners and those people, what really is the criteria for the accredited whatever? Is it that any registered business or
they say you must be known by the association.
So you go and they tell the DJ Premier who from America, madam, we don't know.
Because if somebody is going to organize an event,
that's going to affect you. Oh.
Yes, if it's going to organize an event at Techiman right now, what is the criteria that they are going to use? They have to come to what the tourism ministry.
Probably they should have made it the metropolitan and district assemblies should rather be giving the license, not the ministry.
Well,
because they are closer to the communities.
But it can be structured. It can be well structured.
I'm just giving them more ideas.
This is Ghana in structure.
More ideas. They need to actually put a desk, the tourism desk, at certain locations.
Even with that,
so that people can easily.
With that, what criteria are they going to use?
Because they said not everybody. So right now, I'm not known for events. So if I say I'll go organize events right now, I'll say who know you?
What be the criteria? You see, we look at what are the characteristics? What are the things that they will look out for?
It will help us.
We may have to adjust to because
just keep
now,
it virtual. It will help us.
Now that is what we are having now. So we need to find a way that we can adjust, because you know the number of wedding planners and event DJs that have been home because there are no gigs to do.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Gigs to do.
Because from last year, the business was good. It wasn't just good, it was very good.
Do you know that now, even if you invite people for a party, the likelihood that some people will not come is high. And even when they
won't come. Nobody say like
it tends to matter. I mean,
my younger sister is getting married in few weeks. My mom has been asking me, so you bend them. Say, Mama. So, no, you can't stay away. You are the only boy. You need to be here. I can't come. I can't. I can't come.
I want you to divide yourself into 10. How?
I can't come.
Because now, even when people come, the whole buffet thing that they've been having at parties, how is it going to be?
Because buffet, if you now know the same ladder, everybody go use.
What are they talking? All these things. If it
and you ask Sister Fia to serve you, also but take it to Obekushiru.
Wrapping up, I want to say good morning to my two chairmen, Chairman Richie, Chairman Joe. They are the chairman of Premier Family Foundation. You know, I have a foundation.
Oh, that's good.
So these two gentlemen have been holding me down.
All right.
Andy, the thing there, we forget into the nitty-gritties, the real details as to how they want us to manage all these things. And yes, I details, no. Center boat, no, Nehudu.
Loyal fans of the Dawn, this evening we will meet 5 o'clock, fire time. Yeah, we'll be inside. It will be Asia. Yeah, bro.
Listeners, it's time for us to go. Sariki.